Okay, you're sending me something. Right? Now, I don't see y. Oh, that is y equals to 0. Okay, now I have a news for you. Now, you must listen to me. This is the first real teaching I have to give you. Just now, it's still not complete, okay? Just now, we're in the process of translating. Now, this. Now, you're telling me that this guy is y equals to 0, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm guessing you will call this x equals to 0.
Yeah.
They are flipped.
Mm-hmm.
You got it wrong. They are the other way
Oh.
around. And listen to me, Ika. Don't memorize this. Understand it. If not, you will always make this mistake because this mistake probably has a good reason behind it.
Uh-huh.
It's a mistake, but it's a good reason. So you must counter it with understanding. There is no
Mm-hmm.
point memorizing. Yeah. Now I'm trying to give you reason so that you can see it yourself. Can ya? Okay, one more
Mm-hmm.
time, Ika. Let me repeat this. I am not fond of telling you that you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I am fond of explaining to you so that you can see for yourself, oh, this is wrong and what is right. That I'm fond of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. Now, why is this wrong? I have to supply with you a reason. For example, let me test you
Mm-hmm.
with this one first. There's a number here, right? You know, right? You know this is a number and whatever, right? So I just draw another line here. Ding, 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 ding. Here's a new line. Tell
Mm-hmm.
me, what is this line called? If you know lah.
Y equals 1.
Okay. Now, I have a reason to tell you, wait, it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Why? Why? Because you know for certain this is 1 and this one is not y. You know for certain.
So it's x equals 1.
Yes. X equals 1. And therefore, this guy will be
X equals
2.
2.
And x equals 3 and x equals 4, right? Okay, if this is a minus 5, then this will be
X
x equals
equals.
minus 5, right? And you will be correct. Now look at this guy. As a consequence, there's a 0 here, man. What should I call that guy?
I guess if you go vertical, then like you said, vertical is x equals 0. Horizontal is y equals 0.
Don't say I say. I know I say that. I know I said that. But it kind of feels like you're not getting it yourself.
Yes, but I do understand. X is the vertical. So the vertical would be x equals 0.
Now, why
Horizontal
would the
is
horizontal be y? Now, why
y
would
equals 0.
horizontal be y? Do you see the reason? It's better for you to see the reason. Do you see
Yeah,
the
I see the reason.
Okay, then at the risk of repeating, this is 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, this is y equals to 1 because there's a y, man.
Yeah.
Therefore, this is called y equals to 0.
Mm-hmm.
Now, go back to the question and then draw something for me just to be sure. Where is the graph y equals to 0?
Hello?
Yes. Yes, Ika? What's going on?
I've sent the image already, the new image.
Oh, my mistake. Okay. Now you have a new image. Good. Now, going back to okay, sorry. Before that. Now, this whole thing, this whole small discussion I told you is the first little teaching I give you. Look at this. Look at my explanation. Yeah, my explanation is classic math teacher. What do you mean by that? There's no words, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just no words, just drawing, and to me, it makes a lot of sense. Now, how about you, Ika?
Yeah, I can understand it.
Okay. If you see this drawing, one day before exam, remember, the exam is 2 weeks from now, and you'll be full of, you'll be busy at that point. You're trying to revise yourself to remind yourself, you look at this. Does this make sense to you? 2 weeks
Yeah.
from now. Are you
Yes.
sure? Are you sure?
Yes.
All right. Then, Ika, you have a notebook format, a summary book or whatever.
Um, Not really. My notes were originally on my iPad, but then the iPad had to be backed up for school. So I just plan on tomorrow going to the bookstore and getting a notebook.
You do not okay. So okay, an iPad is important for me. So it's an important topic for me. So let me ask you, what do you prefer? Do you prefer your notes to be on iPad or to be on paper?
I think I'll be okay with them on paper.
You will be okay not relying on your notes on iPad. You're
Yeah.
okay. Okay. You are not a very disorganized person. In other words,
Mm-hmm.
you don't lose your notes lah, basically.
Mm-hmm.
1 month from now, if you need your notes, you can have it immediately. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
No
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, I can try it. I'll try. I can try. I try to do that.
What do you mean by you can try? Do you lose your physical notes?
No.
Okay. Can you find them when you need them?
Yes.
Okay. Are you saying that you don't have a physical notebook right now? Like no paper right now?
I have a lot of physical notebooks, but I feel like I don't have enough for math. I feel like I've already used them on other subjects, but I didn't get a math notebook yet because
Okay.
I was still using my iPad up until the backup.
Okay. So now I will now ask you to take a picture of this part only. And this
Okay.
is a note, meaning what do I doing by a note? At this point, we have to be very clear. A note means something you can look one day before exam and immediately understand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Obviously, then you can look at it while doing homework. Also easy to do. So
Mm-hmm.
this shall be in your notebook tomorrow or something like that. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Clear, yeah? All right. Now, have you taken the picture?
Yeah.
You want to send it to our WhatsApp? That's up to you.
I'll send it to my personal WhatsApp.
Okay. Then I will erase this note. Would that be okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Now done. Now back to the explanation. I'm saying that this mathematic sentence has a meaning. Where is this first graph on the left-hand side equal to the second graph on the right-hand side? Where is it equal? You see no question mark, right? You see no question mark.
Mm-hmm.
But it is very good to read it that way. Where is the first graph, left-hand side, equal to right-hand side, the second graph? Where is it? This is the meaning of this mathematical sentence. Can you
Okay.
accept that so far? Is the
Yeah.
English meaningful to you?
I think essentially where the LHS is equal to the RHS is the Y.
Okay, now I don't want any mathematical answer. I want a visual answer. Why? Because first thing first, he did say use the graph. So believe it
Mm-hmm.
or not, he wants to see some working. You see there is no working space here. You see that?
Yeah.
Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled at all. If your teacher don't see you draw this line and then draw one more thing, he will think, hey, this girl did not do his working or her working, and she will be suspicious. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The working must be on the graph, and therefore I ask you not to quote me at the mathematical thing. Just show me on the graph where is the first graph equal to the second graph.
Okay.
You take a picture and then you send.
Mhm. Is it? I'm not really sure I understand. Is the place where LHS is equal to RHS is their intersection point?
Okay, let me answer it in a indirect way. The second graph is different from the first graph, right?
Yeah.
Different. The first one is a curve, the second one is a graph. It's very difficult to say that first graph is any way equal to the second graph. It's so difficult to say that.
Yeah.
However, there are sometimes a point or 2 points, just a point, just a simple point where they are the same, meaning they are on the same position, something like that.
Okay.
That's the only time they agree with each other. Let's just say that,
Yeah.
a certain point. Okay, now, do you see that point? If you see it, would you please mark it down?
Yeah, I already have.
Okay, and then you're going to send me. I can see it. You're putting a big dot over there. Am I correct? Like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let me get this straight to you, yeah, Ika. If your teacher see this dot, sometimes it's a cross, like. Sometimes a cross, sometimes it's a dot. Your teacher will be happy. That is using the graph. After that, she will then look at the answer here for 2 marks. But to her, this is already 1 mark. Do you understand?
Okay.
She values that and she thinks that's the way to do it. Now, I hope that that also makes sense to you, lah. If it doesn't make sense, it's a burden, ma. Correct, correct.
Okay.
However, I think you understand what it means. Where is the first guy is equal to the second guy? Where is it? That point. Then your
Mhm.
job is now to write that point as these few numbers. Can you tell me what the numbers are?
It is um hold on, let me calculate.
You look at your own um, drawing, I suppose. The answer doesn't seem to be very nice, yeah. Just say it doesn't seem to be the nice type.
Yeah, hold on. I have to think for a minute. It is negative 0.80, the coordinates.
Okay, I'm gonna write down for you. And you're right, those are called coordinates. I'm gonna write down for you. But negative 0.8 comma 0. I am very
Yeah.
happy with the comma 0. I'm totally happy with that. Okay, shows
Mm-hmm.
great understanding. The negative 0.8, I think I would agree also. Okay, and like the
Mm-hmm.
negative also. Would you kindly look at the answer key? If you have lah.
Mm-hmm. There's no answer key.
Then you have to wait because it's a homework, right?
Yeah.
Now, your second note. So I'm telling you to write notes for yourself. What does a note mean? Something you see one day before exam, you immediately understand. Pa! Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, your second note is like this. It's a little bit more complicated. It has this thing. It's all this thing. It has an explanation or an English translation of a mathematical sentence. That's number one.
Yeah.
Do you like the translation?
Yes, this is okay.
Do you like the English sentence? You okay, yeah?
Yeah.
Why? Because this is something that always happens. The translation always works if you think like this.
Okay.
When you see this is what it is. And yeah, clear, yeah? Okay, there you
Mm-hmm.
go. And then there is this whole thing. And then there is this whole thing, another 1 mark. So there's 1 mark here and there's 1 mark here. And obviously that's also good for exam.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, there are at least three things. Maybe to you, there'll be more. Would you kindly take a picture and you are supposed to write a note that tells you this? Do you have to copy my own? Do you have to copy exactly how I do it?
I think I can I think I
I
can
hope I hope you'll do your own style. I
yeah,
hope, yeah. Okay, you take a picture and then I'll have to erase.
yeah,
Okay, tell me when you're done.
done.
Okay, now I'm gonna erase. Now let's talk about the next mathematical sentence. Tell me, what does that mathematical sentence mean?
What does the mathematical sentence mean?
Now, this an equation. What is an equation? Something with an equal sign, left-hand side, right-hand side, correct?
Yeah.
I am telling you, an equation is always a mathematical sentence, meaning it can be translated into English. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. You
Mm-hmm.
don't care about what mathematical sentence means. The point is, I want to translate it. You want to translate it. Clear, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Now, translate this guy.
So
Translate. What does this sentence mean?
it means that it's y equals 0. So 1 plus x minus 2x squared is the y, but y is also equal to 0.
Now, when are you going to say that the left-hand side graph is equal to the right-hand side graph? Now, when are you going to say that?
Uh, I think it's equal to each other, yes.
Yeah, the left-hand side graph is equal to the right-hand side graph. Say that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Say that.
Yeah.
Say that.
Yes, they're equal to each other.
Left-hand side graph is equal to right-hand side graph. Say that.
Left-hand side graph is equal to the right-hand side graph.
Thank you. Now my question is, do you have the left-hand side graph?
Yeah, but
No, you
the
don't.
values that are to be filled
No, you
in,
don't.
no.
You do not have the left-hand side graph.
Yeah.
You have to realize that first.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure you know that you don't know? Sorry, are you sure you know you do not have the left-hand side graph?
No, I don't really have, I mean, I don't really have the graph, and in the first place, I don't have what is needed to make it.
And what would that be? Tell me.
The values of the x, they should be inserted.
You don't have the tables.
Yeah.
Great. Now, your thinking is so far correct, okay? You do not have the graph and you do not have the method or the thing to make the table.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, big problem. And yet, the question insists upon you use this graph.
Yeah.
Okay, the question insists, and I'm going to tell you why he is insisting. Okay, right now, right now. Because the the left-hand side can be changed. Change to be what you have.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have? What you have is this guy, lah, right? Now, if you change it into what you have, the left-hand side, because it's similar, right? Similar, not the same. Lah. If you change it to what you have, then you can use the graph because that is all the graph that you have. Make
Yeah.
sense? Alternatively, you have to make your own table and draw another graph. That is not a very nice thing to do. It's not worth the 2 marks.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to demonstrate you me changing the left-hand side into the graph that you have, right? Through a process called Doldor. Doldor is a term that maybe not a lot of teacher use, but the meaning everybody use. Every teacher use, every student use. What does Doldor mean? Whatever you do to the left, you must do to the right. What does Doldor mean?
Converting, I guess.
Hey, just say what I say. Whatever you do to the left, you do to
You
the
do
right.
to the right.
Okay, and what is the left and right so far? I'm going to write down the left one more time. This is the right. And I am going to declare, I'm going to do something to the left. I'm going to +1.
Okay.
And according to Doldor, what is it?
You whatever happens to the left, you change on the right.
Just to confirm, does your teacher in Indonesia or in Singapore does this explicitly?
I mean, yeah, we've definitely done this before in math. It's quite a common thing.
Then I hope you will understand this and do this a lot because yes, you need to do this a lot. Okay?
Mhm.
To me, I'm just doring. I'm just plus one. Now, tell me, Ika, do you know why I plus one, not plus two or plus three or,
It's to put it on the equal length with it's to put it on equal length with the 2 plus x minus 2x squared.
fine. I take it that you mean it becomes 2 plus x minus 2x squared.
Yeah.
Okay, which is now the graph that you have. Great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which is a good news. Now I have changed the question. Let me repeat it one more time. You have changed the question, and that is exactly what they want.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't see you do this, this is one mark. Huh? They just see this, they will think, how come this girl know the answer? She must be cheating. He needs to see you do this. Understand?
Yes.
The second thing she needs to do is to ask you to see whether you can interpret this equals to 1. Now, here's a different mathematical sentence, right? Remember, an equation is always a mathematical sentence. What do we do with mathematical sentence?
Um.
You interpret into English, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, interpret this into English.
Well, by interpreting it, that means 2 plus x minus 2x squared is equal to y, and then y equals to 1.
Okay, the graph on the left, where is the graph on the left equal to the graph on the right? You have the graph
Um.
on the left, right? You have.
Yeah.
You don't have the graph on the right.
Yeah.
Can you do something about that?
Yeah.
Okay, you do something, send me, blah, 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 same thing. And then hopefully we can progress.
Okay. Well, I did it, but I have two values.
Okay, show me first. Okay, you're sending me something. Let me see that. Okay, I can tell, and you have indicated the coordinates, and there is only one answer, correct? Okay, now I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you why two answers shouldn't be underestimated. First of all, your 1,1 is directly from the table, so you cannot be wrong.
Mhm.
Must be correct. The
Mhm.
0.51 also seems to be directly from table, and therefore you also cannot be wrong. Thirdly, this is called values. They are, even though the answer key only has one room for one, you should draw two answers if your graph says so.
Mhm.
Okay, now you have to draw this graph. So you did, and then you have to indicate this, and then you're done yourself. Okay, you get your 2 marks if you write down those two things. Clear? When you're done, please tell me.
All right, I've written down the values.
All right. Now, Ika, what I have explained so far, do you already know?
Um, well, definitely at school, I've had the thing where I've learned intersecting points.
Mhm. That notice I've never used the word interception. Intersection. I've never used that.
Oh.
Okay. You are correct in using that word, but I never use it. Never use it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure you understand what's going on?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think you can repeat this for exam?
Yes, I just need to understand the process and remember key things like where's X and where's Y, and not to get the two mixed up.
That will be considered basic lah. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have the third note for you lah. This note is getting more and more complex because the question is more complex.
Yeah.
I don't know whether this is sufficient for you, but this is what I have for you. Do you want to clarify anything before you take a picture?
No.
This is note number 3. Now I expect to see all these notes by Monday lah, not by next Wednesday. A bit too late. Okay? You're gonna buy your notebook and then you're gonna write these 3 notes. I am pretty sure this will come out in exam. This is just the standard way of them asking questions.
Yeah.
Okay. You okay? This is note 3. You're fine? I can erase.
This is good. I've already taken a photo actually.
Good. I'll erase, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you have noticed that the first 2 marks today, the first 2 marks is the easiest one. The second 2 mark is maybe harder. So this is easy. Why can I say that? Okay. See,
Mm-hmm.
harder. This will be the hardest one. Do you think you can try and do this yourself first a little bit? I'll give you maybe 1 minute.
What, the third question?
The third question. The 2 marks, the hardest 2 marks. The 2 marks are not equal at all. Some are easy and some are hard.
Oh, okay. I'll try to do this one myself.
1 minute. 1 minute. Give it a try, then you tell me what you think.
Okay.
Ika, are you okay?
Yeah, I have a method. I'm just thinking about how to do the last part, which is the minus 2x squared.
Okay. Can I give you 1 more minute and then you take a picture first of
Yeah.
whatever you have done, yeah? Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
You okay?
Yeah.
Can you send me something? Did you send me? What did you send?
No, I didn't send anything.
Would you send me what you have done first?
I need to finish the photo first.
Okay. So something. Uh-oh. Right. Okay. Now I understand. I think I know what you're doing. So I'm gonna just copy your working first, yeah? I think, if I'm not mistaken, what you did was this. Hmm. You did a door times 2 and times 2.
Mm-hmm.
Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as I can tell, yeah, Ika, your mental calculation is very good. I am very surprised. Because of that, I'm very surprised. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask you slowly, yeah? Slowly. The left-hand side times 2. Actually, I totally agree with times 2 at this point. I'm totally agreeing with that right now. Yeah. 1 times 2 is,
2.
which is great. I understand that. Half times 2,
1.
which is therefore, I just write down 1x. Would that be okay?
Yeah.
What happens to the minus 2?
I wanted to say minus 4x squared, but I wasn't really sure about that.
Yeah. Now let me stop you right. You want it to be the same as the graph, right?
Yeah.
You cannot do that, you know. You cannot make it the same as the graph by simply saying minus 2 times 2 is not minus 4.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot do math like that.
Mm-hmm.
So write down minus 4.
Okay.
You cannot, yeah. You cannot sacrifice your reasoning, which is very good, for something that you think should have happened. I'm
Okay.
sorry, your reasoning wins, should win. So you must write down minus 4.
Mm-hmm.
Math never teaches you to bend your reasoning.
Okay.
Do not bend your reasoning because your reasoning is strong. Without your reasoning, how else are you going to? Without your reasoning, what is left for math? What is left? What you're doing just now is not math, right? It was magic. Okay. Now I respect your reasoning very much. That's why I'm very hard on you right now. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So write down minus 4. I'm going to be very hard for you with you again. 0 times 2 is?
0.
So why did you write 2?
I yeah, I
Your
probably did
reasoning, yeah? Your reasoning should win. Ika.
I probably didn't realize that something was not right.
I cannot accept that because your mental calculation is very strong and your reasoning is strong. No excuses.
Okay.
0 times 2 is
0.
0. Now write down the I guess the better answer lah.
Yeah.
So send it to me. Okay, I'm looking. Okay, now you have respected your own reasoning, and now you have a
Mm-hmm.
problem. The problem is this. I noticed that you don't like it. I noticed that. That's why you bend your reasoning. Okay.
Actually, I just wasn't sure how to do the negative 2x thing because I.
I know, but don't bend your reasoning.
Mhm.
I acknowledge that this is a problem, and therefore don't bend your reasoning. Maybe the solution is, some other way lah. Can
Mhm.
that be okay? Yeah. Now open your mind. There is another solution. Now I can say one thing. What you're trying to do is definitely an indication you listen at school. I think you understand roughly what's going on. It's just that you bend your reasoning at the end. Okay, instead of finding another way.
Mhm.
Now, pray tell. What did I do in the second sentence? What did I do?
You added one to both
Right,
sides.
right. No complaints, right? In door, you can plus, you can times, whatever you want. Correct, correct.
Mhm.
Your times two is not actually a bad thing. It's just that you realize it gives you some trouble.
Mhm.
Now, can you consider another option? Can you open your mind? Can you consider something like what I did in the second one? For example, I plus one and I plus one. Will that somehow help you here again?
Um, I'm not sure about that.
Hey, Ika, I'm asking you to open your mind.
Mhm.
Open your mind and try something else. This is the hardest part of learning, to think that there is some other possible option. The moment you say times two is my only option, that's it, look. That's it already. Finish. No more learning. Do a plus. That's my hint.
I think I can try plus one.
Okay, which solves some problem, but some other problem remains, correct?
Yeah.
Can you plus something else? That means I'm asking you to consider plus instead of times this time. You can plus more than one thing. No problem there, right? Door can be repeated as much as you want.
Is it possible to plus by half?
You mean plus half or plus half x?
Plus half. Um,
Now, I will now ask you on your algebra knowledge, right? Now, x, right? Half x, right? You're trying to
yeah.
solve this problem. I totally agree. You actually identify the problem very well. That's why I'm very hard on you. Don't bend your reasoning. Your reasoning is strong. You know where the problem is. Now
Mhm.
you're considering plus half. Am I correct?
Yeah.
I've written it down in front of you. Half x plus half. Does it become what you want?
No.
Okay, then consider plus something else.
Plus.
One plus one.
Yeah.
It does becomes two. It solves the problem, right?
I'm not sure
Minus
about plus.
2x squared still should remain minus 2x squared, correct?
Yeah.
You're now trying to solve the final problem, which is
Yeah.
this. Again, one more time. Half x plus half, you are correct to say that it does not become x. It does not become x. Yeah, it does not.
Mm-hmm.
So please try something else.
What about plus two? I'm not sure how well that can work.
Okay, I'm going to write down plus 2. Does half x plus 2 become what you want? What do you want?
No, I don't think it can become X.
Good, good. You even know what you want. Okay, your reasoning is good. So come on, try again. I want this to become x. What can I do?
Minus half?
Oh dear. Now I'm going to strengthen your reasoning. Your reasoning in algebra is somehow missing something. This is basic algebra from secondary one. Now, Ika, Whenever I say basic, I don't mean I'm insulting you. Huh, you don't know basic. Oh my goodness, jalan lah. That's not what I mean. What I meant
Mm-hmm.
is with a basic thing is like this. If you don't have it, you die.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple. Oh, you're missing something critical. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And thankfully, it is also simple. Now, let's imagine X as an apple.
Mm-hmm.
You have half an apple, half X, half apple, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You want it to be one apple, X, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You've been basically telling yourself just now, hey, I have half an apple. I want one apple. I plus half. What the heck is that? Why do you have half an apple and then you plus half to become one apple?
No, you have to plus half of an apple to get a full
Very
apple.
good. Very good. That just makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here is English in action. English makes total sense to you. Half an apple plus half an apple lah to become one apple. Don't
So
just say randomly half, right? So back to math.
half x, but how about everything else?
Half x plus half x is 1x. Is this
Yeah,
clear?
but
Is this clear?
yes.
The reasoning is in English. Half apple plus half apple, one apple lah.
Yeah.
The reasoning is in English. This is your note
Mm-hmm.
number 4. Note number 4 is this and that.
But how about everything else?
Ika, you are now jumping. You're not jumping. You're really jumping, You are imagining something that is, hopefully you will see there's no problem at all. You are currently inventing a problem that doesn't exist already. And now, note number 4 plus, take a picture first. When you're done.
Okay, I took the photo.
Okay, now I'm going to erase that. Now remember what you did? You plus 1, right? And then you plus half x, correct?
Yeah.
So you are saying that, oh my goodness, there will be another problem. You try. Just try. Will there be a problem or not? Please try. I'm waiting for your picture.
I just don't really get it. If you know the whatever happens on the left influences the right, then doesn't that mean there should be same changes throughout the left and right?
Of course,
So if
you're absolutely
half
right.
x plus half x, then 1 plus half x, negative 2x squared plus
Just
half.
write down, Ika. Write down. Don't say things. Write down. You sending me something?
Almost.
All right.
Excuse me, I have a question about the about the zero. If
Mhm.
everything is plus half x on the left side, and it would be the same on the right side,
Yes.
the zero plus half x equals to half x.
Okay, let's translate that to English, right? Okay, it is a good question. Now let's translate that to English. Zero is nothing lah, correct?
Yeah,
Nothing plus, don't say half x lah. You must translate the half into something lah. I mean, what is it?
half apple,
Sure. Now, this is more English like. Nothing plus half apple is,
half apple.
does that make sense?
Yeah.
English makes sense to you, therefore math should make sense.
So 0 plus half x equals to half x.
My answer is nothing plus half apple is,
Half an apple.
you answer it yourself, understand and trust your reasoning. Your reasoning is good. Do you understand, Ika?
Yes.
Your reasoning is good. Make use of it.
Oh, I
Okay,
sent.
give me something. Okay. Okay, wonderful. Hey, where's the plus one?
Huh?
What happened to the times two? How come you have a times two? What is it? Oh, it's a square. Sorry, it's not a square. Sorry, it's not times two. Where's the plus one? And why is it everything plus half x? Oh my goodness, your algebra is not good, isn't it?
Oh.
Your algebra is not good. You have very bad reasoning for your algebra. I praise your reasoning, but for algebra, it's haywire. So we fix it slowly. The moment I see this, let's be clear. No wonder you cannot do many other questions. Your algebra is in a mess. The reasoning is in a mess. We have to clear the reasoning one by one. Yeah, we don't have time already. I'm just going to use this as the last one. Now, look, whatever you did to the left, you did to the right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you seem to have an idea like this. If the left-hand side, I times 2, everything must times 2. So 1 times
Mm-hmm.
2 plus half x times 2 minus 2x squared also must times 2. And you will be correct. You will be correct. However, you have a second idea. 1 plus half x minus 2x squared. That idea is if I plus 1, for example, or maybe in this case, plus half x. Would that be okay?
Yeah.
Everything must also plus half x.
Mm-hmm.
And you sense nothing wrong with it, isn't it?
No.
And you would be wrong. You would be wrong here. You would be wrong here, and you would be correct here.
Oh.
And this is not a matter of memorization. This can be understood, and this happens to a lot of people until secondary 4. In short, this is not basic. This seems to be a more complicated problem that a lot of people face.
Mm.
Maybe that will make you feel better. Still, it will kill your algebra outright. Still, right?
Okay.
We don't have time anymore. Just know that you're on the right track, but it's an algebra problem. That
Okay.
stops. I will see you next Wednesday.
All right. Then
Okay.
the discussion of this will continue.
Yes, yes, but you're on the right track. You're on the
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll see you next week.
Okay.
Okay, guys.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.